Welcome back to Mass Appeal. Summertime, it can be great for pets, but the heat that they love can also be pretty dangerous.
Candy Lash from the Dicken Humane Society is here with some summer pet tips. Candy, hi.
Hello.
So nice to see you.
It's great to see you.
Now, this is something that's so important to talk about. You know, I actually was just talking to someone who said that they left their dog in the car for 5 minutes with the window cracked and said it wasn't a problem. What do you say to that?
Well, 5 minutes is never 5 minutes. And really, when the temperature gets over 70, the internal temperature of the car can heat up really quickly.
Well, you can fry an egg on some of those interior cars.
Right, anything over 70, really err on the side of safety so that your animal lives to drive another day and leave them home. It's amazing how quickly it does heat up. Even with windows open and even parked in the shade, people have made mistakes that have ended up injuring their animals or costing them their lives, and that's a burden no one wants to live with. So be on the safe side.
Absolutely. I wouldn't want to sit in a hot car with a window cracked.
Oh, no,
for 5
I don't
minutes.
enjoy that at all.
Well, I think one of the things that people may or may not realize is that dogs don't have a way to perspire like humans do. And the surface in which they perspire is their tongue and their paws. So that's a very limited area with a lot of fur or even a little fur in which to cool off. So it can be a real stressful event for them.
Well, Candy, you have a lot of other tips to help keep our pets cool. One is to exercise our pets either late in the evening or early in the morning. Avoid those sunny hours.
That's right. The best time to get out and exercise with your pet is early in the day, late in the evening, before the asphalt heats up, before the air heats up. When it's cool and it's comfortable for you to exercise, that's probably an appropriate time for you to take your animal out for an exercise. But moderate those exercises when temperatures get really high. Err on the side of caution always. Go for slower walks, make them more brief, get your pet inside where it's cool and in a comfortable environment.
Now, if our pets do get warm, heat stroke, heat stress is something that we really need to be aware of, and there's a bunch of symptoms that we need to know about if we see in our pet.
Right. Staggering, weakness, excessive panting are all signs that an animal's under stress. If you see an animal in a car in a situation like that, back away from the car, get a hold of the person if you can find that pet's person, or if you can't, call the local police and get that animal to safety right away, because heat stress, as it escalates, it becomes more and more dangerous for the animal.
I can imagine. I mean, and it's the same for humans. It's just anything that you would think of as wouldn't be comfortable or right for a human, also for your pets.
Right. And even outside, animals can get into heat stress if they're in a situation where there's not enough shade and there's not access to water. Animals have to have shelter. They have to have access to water. It's required by law.
And there's a few parallels that we can draw from when humans get really warm and when our pets do. We need to give them some water, but we also need to give them ice and kind of cool them down with some ice.
Well, you really want to go to those pulse spots. If an animal is in heat stress, you want to get to those pulse areas and cool them off gradually with cool water, not cold, to try to get their temperature as normal as you can, and then get them into a cool setting right away. And certainly get a hold of your veterinarian if you have any questions that they're in further danger.
But hopefully we can avoid that altogether with your tips.
We would love to avoid that. Keeping them inside with a fan and air conditioning, it's the way to go.
Thanks.